What's crack-a-lacking? What's up, faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, with the Niner Sickness Report, coming to you live on this Saturday night. I apologize for the delay. Ran a little behind. I thought I would make it at 7:45, and I just got home. So my apologies to all of those that were waiting at 7:45. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Good evening, and good evening. What's up, Lucky? Kathy, how you doing? Jaime, how you doing? Josh Blackwood, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. How's everybody doing? We're going to talk a little bit about quarterbacks. I know that this is something that we've been talking about. It seems like every day, on and on about quarterbacks. But it's the reality of it. It is the reality of it. We're going to be drafting number three. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Nobody's talking to you, Siri. Shut up. So the reality is that we're going to be drafting third overall. We don't know who we're going to draft. Obviously, the 49ers do. But we, the fan base, don't really know. A lot of us don't want Mac Jones. A lot of us want Justin Fields. A lot of us want Trey Lance. So my topic tonight is, can the San Francisco 49ers win a Super Bowl with Zach Wilson? Is Zach Wilson really that bad? Or is it just that he's not mobile enough? Fields is mobile. Lance is mobile. We see the Mahomes. We see the Josh Allen's quarterbacks out there, Lamar Jackson. We see these quarterbacks extending plays with their legs. Are we hungry for that? The conversation I want to have with you guys tonight is, if the Niners take Mac Jones, is it that really going to be bad? I mean, are you guys going to stop being Niner fans? Are you guys going to want to fire Kyle Shanahan, fire John Lynch? I've been hearing that if they go ahead and draft Mac Jones, that it is over. Niner fans are going to be too upset. They're going to just lose it. Now, I'm not advocating for Mac Jones. I'm a Trey Lance guy. But I want to talk to you guys about the possibility that if the Niners do draft Mac Jones with the third overall pick, many may say that why would the Niners give up 3 number ones, a third, to move up from 12 to 3 for a Mac Jones? But if Kyle Shanahan really likes Mac Jones, if Kyle Shanahan really feels he can win games with Mac Jones, he can win playoff games, possibly a Super Bowl with Mac Jones, shouldn't we give Kyle Shanahan and Mac Jones the benefit of the doubt? I understand it's not the sexy pick. I understand he is not the Justin Fields. He's not the Trey Lance. He's not a flashy car. He's not the Corvette or the Ferrari. He's a Honda Civic, Mac Jones. Nobody wants a Honda Civic when you have a Ferrari or a Corvette as an option. But what if Kyle Shanahan is onto something? What if Mac Jones is the quarterback that can lead us to the promised land? What if there is too many unknowns with Fields and Trey Lance? What if Kyle Shanahan figures we went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. We made it all the way to the Super Bowl. He gets hurt. He's always hurt. We can't trust him. We can't depend on him. If we get a quarterback like Mac Jones, he's not really that much of an upgrade than Garoppolo, but he is a healthy upgrade in a sense. Now, again, I am not advocating for Mac Jones. I don't want Mac Jones to be the pick. But what I'm saying is we have to put ourselves in a position where if that is the pick, are you going to lose it? Are you going to be pissed? Are you going to break your TV? Or are you going to be like, okay, Mac Jones was not my pick. That is not the quarterback that I wanted. I wanted Fields or I wanted Lance. But let's give Kyle Shanahan, let's give the 49ers, and let's give Mac Jones the opportunity to show us if they made a mistake or if that was the correct pick. I hope it's not Mac Jones. But I'm trying to embrace myself for the possibility that it can be. Now, based on what Kyle Shanahan has said in his conference, based on what he said, he wanted to go after Deshaun Watson. They were going after Deshaun Watson before the whole ordeal that happened, whether it's Deshaun Watson's fault or not. He is a mobile quarterback. So I have to believe that Trey Lance or Justin Fields is the quarterback they will be drafting on Thursday night. But are you guys prepared? Are you guys prepared for the Mac Jones to be called out loud and show on the screen? With the 2021 NFL Draft, your San Francisco 49ers select Alabama's quarterback, Mac Jones. I don't know if I ever get comfortable listening to that, but I have to accept it. I would have to accept it. I'm hoping that it is Trey Lance. I want Trey Lance, even if he sits for a year. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys want Fields, and that's fine. Fields is good quarterback too. I'm okay with Fields. But I prefer Trey Lance. That is the quarterback that I want. Would I be disappointed with Mac Jones? Yes. Would I be like, really, Mac Jones? Damn it. Really, Kyle? But what happens? We start the season. We trade Garoppolo. We start the season with Mac Jones, and the guy just begins to win games. Would it make it easier for you to hate him less? The more wins Mac Jones gets, if he's indeed the one that gets drafted, would more wins that he gives the Niners allow you guys to hate him less? I'm curious to know what your true thoughts are if you hear Mac Jones' name come out of Roger Goodell's voice on draft day. What's up? Tanisha, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, 5 days, man. It is almost here. David Williams, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Papi Pablo Triple X, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Eric Rise, how you doing, bro? I am a Mac Jones fan, but I'm fine with whatever decision the organization makes. I mean, at the end of the day, we all are going to have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure if it's Fields or Trey Lance, a lot of you guys are going to buy jerseys. I'm getting my Trey Lance jersey. I'm getting my Fields jersey. I don't really know how many of you are going to go out and get a Mac Jones jersey. You know what I mean? Are you going to go get a Mac Jones jersey if he gets drafted on Thursday? Or are you going to be like, oh, hell no. The dude better get us to the playoffs. Until he get us to the playoffs, then I'll consider maybe buying his jersey. Well, they say that Mac is better than Garoppolo. He's more healthier. He stays healthy. He's smarter between the ears than Garoppolo. He's able to process better than Garoppolo. So Mac Jones is, let's keep it real. Mac Jones is an upgrade to Garoppolo. But he's not the flashy Justin Fields or the flashy Trey Lance. If you had a Honda Civic, a Corvette, and a Ferrari, and I'm looking at the Ferrari or the Corvette, and you're like, well, let's go ahead and test drive the Honda Civic. I'm going to be like, really? We're going to test drive the Honda Civic? You don't want to test drive the Ferrari or the Corvette? So I understand that it's not an appealing pick. It's not an exciting pick. But can we win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones underneath center with the guidance of Kyle Shanahan? Kathy, how you doing, Kathy? Good to see you. Yeah, he is. I mean, I understand Alabama has these receivers that are going to go number one. He has a running back that possibly is going to go number one. I understand all that. But he still has to be accurate with the ball. Jones still has to be accurate with the ball. Even with great receivers, let me ask you guys. Be honest. Have you guys seen film on Mac Jones? Or are you guys just basically going based on what people are saying? We want Fields. We want Lance. Because I've watched tape on Mac Jones. Mac Jones is not a bad quarterback. Is he too rich to get him at number 3? Yes. I guarantee you, if we were drafting him at number... Hold on, guys. I thought I had a sneeze. If we were drafting him at number 12, a lot of you guys probably would not be so upset. If Fields was gone, Trey Lance was gone, we were sitting at 12, and we took Mac Jones, you guys probably would not be so pissed off. But the idea that we moved from 12 to 3, now you're like, listen, I don't mind the fixed up Honda Civic. When that's all I can afford was the Honda Civic, I didn't mind driving. Man, I can, a all fixed up Honda Civic. Hell yeah, I'll drive it. But when somebody says, well, hey, maybe we'll give you a Ferrari or Corvette, now you're like, well, maybe the Honda Civic doesn't sound so good after all. Because I guarantee you, sitting at 12, if we took Mac Jones, a lot of you guys probably would not be pissed. A lot of you guys probably would not be pissed. A lot of you guys probably would be like, all right, let's roll with Mac Jones. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he can do. He's better than Jimmy. Jimmy gets hurt. Mac Jones does. Let's roll with Mac Jones at 12. But things change when you give up all that capital, right? To go to 3. But he's still the same player. I said this on my previous show, and I'll say it again. If Mac Jones begins to win games, wins a bunch of playoff games, wins the West, we win championships, are you really going to care how much we gave up for Mac Jones? At the end of the day, we are winning games. We have double-digit wins every year, consistently. We're winning double-digit games. We're always in the playoffs. We're always competing. We're playing strong. We make it to the Super Bowl. We win a Super Bowl. Do you guys really care how much it took to take Jones at 3? If you're being honest with yourself, you probably would not give a rat's ass what we gave up for him. If we're competitive every year, we're winning double-digit games, and we're in the playoffs, and we're kicking the crap out of the Seahawks. We're kicking the crap out of the Rams. We're kicking the crap out of the Cardinals with Mac Jones. You guys will not be pissed that we gave up 3 number ones. But the minute, and this is where it gets scary, the minute that Mac Jones starts looking like Garoppolo, he's getting sacked, he's not escaping the pocket, he's overthrowing receivers, then all hell will break loose. I would not want to be Kyle Shanahan with the fan base. If he drafts Mac Jones, and I'm not saying he's going to draft Mac Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make that clear. I'm just saying, keep an open mind just in case they do. Come Thursday, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be having a live show. We're going to be looking at the draft, the pick of the Jaguars. We're going to be looking at the pick of the Jets. And then we're going to be talking and discussing the pick of the San Francisco 49ers. Hopefully we are talking about Trey Lance or Justin Fields. But I want you guys to understand that there is the possibility that it could be Mac Jones. And if it is Mac Jones, is he really that bad of a quarterback? That's what I want to know. Is he really that bad? Is he truly that disgusting where he sucks so bad? Do you guys like Matt Ryan? Do you guys think that Matt Ryan is a good quarterback? Because Mac Jones looks just as good as Matt Ryan did coming out of college. They're like neck and neck. I understand that Matt Ryan hasn't won a Super Bowl, but he's been very successful with Atlanta. So if you guys always, if in any time when Shanahan came to the Niners, if you guys said it, man, we should trade for Matt Ryan. If you were that 49er fan, don't lie. When we hired Kyle Shanahan from the Falcons, did you tell yourself, man, we should trade for Matt Ryan? Because if that was you, then you're getting your wish with Mac Jones. Now, if that wasn't you, then you're fine. Okay? But if you wanted Matt Ryan to be traded to the Niners when Kyle Shanahan took over, then you want Mac Jones, whether you want to tell yourself the truth or not. Why are some people saying that Mac Jones is going to be a pick they will sell their tickets or they won't show up. Just listen. You want to know how they fix people showing up? Win games. If Kyle Shanahan takes Mac Jones and nobody shows up to the games, I guarantee you people will show up anyway. If they start winning games with Mac Jones and they're winning and winning, all that nobody's going to show up crap, it goes right out the door. People will begin to show up to the games if the Niners are winning. I'm telling you. I've been a fan since 78. If Mac Jones starts winning games and starts beating the crap, if Mac Jones beats the crap out of the Seahawks, boom, you start liking him. If he beats the crap out of the Rams, you start liking him. If he beats a team that you don't like the Cowboys or whatever, the Packers, you start liking him. Mac Jones will grow on you if he wins games. If he doesn't, then, well, you guys are going to hate him. I'm a diehard Alabama fan, but I'd rather see Lance or Fields. But it's up to Shanahan and Lynch. Now, this whole thing with Trey Lance and Fields, it is nice to have a quarterback that is able to break the pocket. It's nice to have a quarterback that when everything else fails, when Kyle Shanahan calls a play and the defense calls the right play to match up Kyle Shanahan's play, it is nice to see the quarterback extend the play with his legs and get a first down. I understand that. But if you have watched, and I know that I sound like a big advocate for Mac Jones, and I hope you guys don't think, oh, Niner sickness. Let's be honest. You really like Mac Jones. I love Trey Lance. I want Trey Lance. I've said it from day one. But I have seen and I have broken down film on Mac Jones. And the more film I watch on Mac Jones, he is starting to win me over. The kid is smart. The kid is decisive. The kid gets the ball out of his hand quickly. He reads the defense well. He does his progressions. I'm not saying the field doesn't do that. I'm not saying that Trey Lance can't do it. I'm just saying Mac Jones, based on the film that I've seen, is really, really good. He's just not mobile. He's not a mobile quarterback. He's more mobile than Jimmy. He's not a stiff. And people call him a stiff. He's not. Mac Jones is not a stiff. He is more mobile than people think he is. He's not as mobile compared to Fields or Trey Lance. But the kid has some mobilities. The kid can escape the pocket. The kid can get the ball out of his hands. One of the things about Tom Brady that defenders hate, 1, 2, 3, boom, the ball's out of his hand. 1, 2, 3, boom, the ball's out of Tom Brady's hands. The quicker the ball's out of your hands, the less time the defenders have to get to you. Defenders get irritated when the ball leaves your hand. Even though the defender, if a quarterback can run like Fields or run like Lance, a defender can still catch you and tackle you. But if you get that ball hiked to you and you boom, 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 you get rid of that ball because you're able to reach your progressions, you know where you're going with the ball, and you shoot that ball right out. Defenders don't like that. And I'm just saying, I've seen film on Jones, and he's not that bad. I don't think he's worthy of the number 3, to be honest with you. Just imagine if we take Fields. Because, listen, you like Fields, you like Trey Lance, or you like Jones. That's the bottom line. Whoever you like, and that's it. You like them because you like them. And that's fine. But let's keep it 100% real. There is no absolutes that Trey Lance is going to be a great quarterback. There's no absolute that Justin Fields is going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. There is no guarantee. Definitely no guarantee that Mac Jones is going to be one. But imagine if we take Fields, for example, and Mac Jones goes to the Patriots. And Mac Jones starts tearing it up over there. And they make it back to a Super Bowl. And they win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones. And we are struggling with Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Then where are we at? Because you might say, well, no. Trey Lance is... You don't know what you're getting. Listen, I'm a big Clemson guy. There's no guarantee that Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. He's very good. He's going to be decent in the NFL. But until he plays in the NFL, we don't really know what Lawrence is going to be. David Carr coming out of Fresno State. I remember David Carr coming out of Fresno State was a great quarterback. The kid was balling. The kid was great. He went to the number 1 overall to the Houston Texans. They had a shitty team over there. They were sacking him left and right. His confidence got shot. And what kind of quarterback did David Carr turn out to be? Now, whether you like the Raiders or not, Derek Carr is not that bad of a quarterback. Derek Carr is pretty good. But he went to a better situation to the Raiders than his brother did going to the Texans. All I'm saying is there's no absolutes when you get drafted. There isn't. Now, the sexy pick is Fields. The sexy pick is Trey Lance. The least sexy pick is Mac Jones. But if you haven't seen Mac Jones play, if you haven't seen his film, and you're going based on what you're hearing this person, oh, Mac Jones sucks. You're hearing that. Again, I'm not an advocate. And if you think I am, that's fine. I like Mac Jones. I like Trey Lance better. And you might say, well, what the hell are you kissing Mac Jones' balls for? It's not that I'm kissing his behind. It's just, I'm just being realistic 49er fan. Have you watched film on Mac Jones? If you have, and you don't like him, I can respect that. I can respect it. But if you haven't watched film and you're basically just going on a few games here and there, or you go off of highlights, one of the things that I hate the most is highlights. I can't stand highlights. You gotta watch film on these quarterbacks. What's up, Dina? I'll be ticked off, but I will always be a Niner fan for life. I hear you. But he's not mobile enough. Me just saying, okay, I understand he's not mobile, but if he gets rid of Tom Brady is not mobile. Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl with another team. Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl with another team, with the Buccaneers. He's not mobile, especially in his 40s. He is not, but he's very smart. He reads the defense. He gets rid of the ball. He is very decisive. That is what I like about Mac Jones. If you watch his film, Mac Jones knows where he's going. He makes his reads, and he gets rid of the ball quickly. I'd rather have Trey Lance because I love his upside. But I'll be for real. If we take Mac Jones, I will not be devastated. I'll be a little bit like, I wanted Trey Lance. Now, if we take Trey Lance, I'll be stoked. But I watched film on Trey Lance, I watched film on Justin Fields, and I've watched film on Mac Jones. I can see why Kyle, if he really, really likes Mac Jones, why he likes him. I can see why he likes him. Because Kyle can trust that Mac Jones will do exactly what he needs him to do. One of the things that LaFleur with the Packers told Aaron Rodgers at the start of 2020, stop running out of the pocket. This is what Matt LaFleur told Rodgers. Stay in the pocket. Allow me to call the plays. Let the play out and stay in the pocket. And I guarantee you, you'll have a great season. He had an MVP season in 2020, Aaron Rodgers. If you remember, Aaron Rodgers started to fall off. In 2019 and 2018, he started to fall off. Suddenly, he starts doing exactly what Matt LaFleur said. Stay within the pocket. Let the plays develop. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Allow the plays to develop. And Rodgers began to have an MVP season. Kyle Shanahan just wants a quarterback that he trusts enough to carry and execute every call, every play that he calls. He just wants he wants a quarterback to execute his plays. Now, I'm not saying that Trey Lance nor Justin Fields can do it. But I do like the release, the quickness of Mac Jones. I seen Sherm that the Jets and Niners were a last look at him thinking he should bring back. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I know we need depth at corner, and Sherm has a lot of experience. But I'd rather draft 2 corners in this year's draft and just move on from Sherman. Let me get to some of these messages. Hey guys, yep, it's Mac Jones. What's up, Javier? I'm not sure. I'm not saying it is Mac Jones, but the possibility could be that it could be Mac Jones. It's not guaranteed that we will win with Fields or Lance. Absolutely, Eric. And that's just the reality, Eric. People can tell me in Niner sickness, it sounds like you like Mac Jones. I'm not saying that. But I get out of my feelings. I'm not in my feelings. I'm not emotional. I love the X's and O's. I watch film on Mac Jones. You can win games with Mac Jones. You can go far with Mac Jones. I believe you can win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones. Now, I love the upside of Trey Lance. I love the ability that if he can produce, if he can become more accurate with the ball, if he was able to take care of his mechanics, sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo for 1 year, with that mobility, with that strength, he's like a tight end, a quarterback. But do you know that mobile quarterbacks get sacked more than a pocket passer? Do your homework. If you don't believe me, pocket passers do not get as sacked as more than quarterbacks that move on the run. If you don't believe me, look it up. Quarterbacks that move get sacked more than quarterbacks that sit in the pocket. Because quarterbacks that sit in the pocket, boop, 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 and they get rid of the ball. I'm telling you, they get rid of that ball quickly. They process quick. Mac Jones can process. And I guess what I'm trying to say and I'm trying to do, guys, and I'm just trying to help you guys out, that if it is Mac Jones, I don't want you guys to be disappointed. I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh my God, we're going to suck for the next 10 years. That is not true. Kyle Shanahan can win games with Mac Jones. He can win games with Justin Fields. And he can definitely win games with Trey Lance. Now, again, I want Trey Lance. That is my birthday wish. Trey Lance, Trey Lance. But the film that I've been watching on Mac Jones, I am not going to be like, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Breaking my TV and I'm breaking everything and I'm kicking the dog and I'm kicking all my friends out of my house because we took Mac Jones. I'm not going to get that crazy because I believe that we can win championships with Mac Jones. I'd rather do it with Trey Lance, but we can do it with Jones. I'm fine with Jones. What's up, Sean? I just don't think we're needed to move up. Well, let me ask you something, Sean. Let's be realistic. There's a lot of whispers that go on in the NFL, okay? There's a lot of chatter, a lot of whispers, a lot of talk between the general managers, between teams. Who is not to say that a team like the Patriots listen, the Patriots have never gone and spent a lot of money on free agents. The Patriots have never spent a lot of money on free agents. What did they do this year? Hold on, guys. What did they do this year? They spent a bunch of money. Who's to say that they were not going to move to number 5 with Cincinnati or number 4 with the Falcons? And who's not to say that the Falcons were not going to take Mac Jones? I understand that people say, well, we could have taken Mac Jones at 12 or at 6 or at 7. Do you know that for sure? The chatter that goes on in the NFL, let me tell you, if Kyle Shanahan, and I'm not saying that it's Mac Jones, but if Mac Jones is the quarterback that Kyle believes in his heart he can win championships with, he is not going to risk wanting him at, let's say we move to 6 with the Eagles. Because this is something that I heard a lot about fan bases. Well, if the Niners wanted Mac Jones, they could have just traded with the Eagles at 6 because the Eagles moved from 6 to 12 with the Dolphins, right? True. What happens if the Niners move from 12 to 6? And on draft day, the Patriots just get crazy and move up from 15 to number 4. Or Denver moves up from 9 to 4. Or the Panthers moved up from 8 to 4. And now go ahead of the Niners and take Mac Jones, if that's who they wanted. Now Kyle Shanahan is sitting there. Well, shit. We moved from 12 to 6 and we still lost on the guy that I wanted. So Kyle Shanahan, being the guy the kind of coach he is, he says, like, screw this. And I like this about Kyle Shanahan. If we are going to give up capital, let's go to number 3 where we know for sure. Well, I can't say for sure because shit, if they really want Mac Jones, and I'm not saying that's who they want, but imagine if they did or they do. And the Jets take Mac Jones. Well, shit, there goes everything that I just said right out the door, right? But the Niners believe that Lawrence is going to go to the Jags and Wilson's going to go to the Jets. If the Niners are truly coveting Mac Jones, they do not want to take a risk or a chance on losing on a quarterback they believe can get them to the promised land. And at the end of the day, if you fall in love with a player, especially at quarterback, you take the risk and you go get the guy that you want. Regardless of what the fan base says, regardless of what the talking heads say, you go after the quarterback or the player that you want, and you live and die. If the player, if they go after Mac Jones and he produces wins and we win games, Kyle Shanahan will look like a genius. Freaking Kyle, he's the smartest coach ever. Belichick 2.0. Or if Mac Jones sucks and Trey Lance becomes the second Patrick Mahomes, well then, Kyle Shanahan is the stupidest coach ever. But if you love a player, you live and die with your decision. And again, I'm not saying that Jones is the guy that they're going to draft. But if he is, then Kyle Shanahan has his reasons why he wants Mac Jones. And the reason why I'm talking about Mac Jones so much is because this topic, this particular show, is about Mac Jones. So if you feel that I really love Mac Jones and I'm bullshitting about Trey Lance, that is your opinion, and that's fine. I love Trey Lance, but because of this show and the topic, can we win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones? He is the conversation of today's topic. And if you're tuning in and expecting me to talk more about Fields or Lance when the topic says, can we win with Mac Jones? You know what I apologize. I will be upset with Mac Jones, rather have Lance, but red and gold, blood until I die. I hear you, David. I hear you. I'm telling you, the best way to win over pissed off Niners are wins. If they take Mac Jones and we are pissed, I hate stupid Kyle. Stupid Kyle. Oh, shit. We're 6-0. We're 7-0. We're 8-0. That stupid Kyle becomes, oh, wait a minute. Kyle's not that stupid. Oh, wait a minute. Look at Mac Jones. Look at the way he delivers the ball. Oh, my God. And he starts playing good. He looks like Joe Montana. I'm not saying he's Joe Montana, okay? I'm just saying. Then your perception of what your thoughts are of Kyle Shanahan will begin to change. If they win games, they will win you over. If they don't, then you will be validated upon how you feel. That's just the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. For those that love WWE, trade from 12 to 2 or 3 to get more draft picks. To get more draft or give more draft picks? I'm not quite understanding that question. What's up, Russell? George, how you doing? The film on Mac Jones is good because of the cost around him. If we don't take him at 3, I bet he drops below 15. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. A lot of things are going to happen if we don't take him. If he does drop below the outside the 10, and then you guys were right. That means we took Fields or Lance, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. If we take Mac Jones, we'll never know if he would dropped or not because we took him. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with Mac Jones. Again, I prefer Trey Lance. I hope it's Trey Lance. I'm okay with Fields. I like Fields too. Don't get me wrong. Fields is a little bit more ready a lot more ready than Trey. But if we do keep Jimmy for one more year, I think it's a perfect scenario of the Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes scenario, where he sits behind Jimmy G and he learns. And then, based on where he's at, we'll figure out on the offseason of 2022. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, nobody really knows other than Kyle Shanahan. Nobody really knows. Probably not. We want the faithful to win. Everyone will love him if that happens. True. People, even if Jones gets picked and he begins to win games, I guarantee you 49er fans will begin to change their tune. But if he doesn't win, and Justin Fields or Trey Lance becomes a Josh Allen, a Deshaun Watson type of quarterback, then we're going to be pissed, me included. Trust me. It would be a sad, sad day for the 49ers. But don't believe that crap about the Seahawks fans. Take Jones. We're not afraid of Jones. Seahawks fans are stupid. Bottom line. Matt Ryan is too old. He is. But if they like Matt Ryan, they could like Mac Jones. And I can see Mac Jones going to the... What happens if we take Trey Lance or Justin Fields and somebody trades up and takes Jones? Then people really, really wanted Jones. I don't know. And I understand somebody said about to me that somebody had told me Mac Jones is like Iron Man. He is nothing without his suit. He needs his suit to be the superhero. Meaning Mac Jones' suit was his players, his receivers, his offensive line, his running back. But at the end of the day, he still had to deliver the ball to those receivers. It wasn't like those balls were way over their heads and these receivers were making these like crazy acrobatic catches, like way up in the air, and they had to pull it out of the air, and they were saving Jones's ass. Jones was pretty precise with that ball where he needed to go. What's up, Jeff? He is a very smart player. Now, for what I've heard, is that Trey Lance is probably the smartest player or quarterback of all of them. Trey Lance is the smartest between the years of all the available quarterbacks this year. That's what I've been hearing. No. Jimmy will... I don't see Jimmy being a backup to Mac Jones. If we get Mac Jones, he still needs to learn the system. He still needs to learn Kyle Shanahan's offense. Although they run a lot of schemes, like Alabama runs a lot of schemes like the Niners do. So does Dakota, North Dakota. They run a lot of sweeps, jet sweeps, a lot of RPOs. They run a lot of heavy run, and then set up the pass with Trey Lance. So you can say Trey Lance can come in and take and not miss a beat based on what they run in North Dakota. But every player, every quarterback still needs to get used to the NFL. So if whoever we draft, if we keep Jimmy, it'll be Jimmy's job to lose. They will not just give the rookie the keys of the car. Jimmy has to wreck the car before the backup or the rookie takes over. But if Jimmy plays well, he'll keep that car running. And I would want Jimmy to play. Yeah. Any of the quarterbacks that we get, ladies and gentlemen, it is smart to let them sit. Now, I don't believe they have to sit for the whole year. I don't. A Mac Jones, a Justin Fields, I say they can sit 7 or 8 games, and then they can come in based on how much they show Kyle Shanahan. Depending on how fast they observe the offense. If they draft Trey Lance, and Trey Lance is learning. I mean, the kid is just learning the offense. He's learning the offense. And Jimmy struggles, I don't see why they would not put in Trey Lance. Same thing with Justin Fields. Same thing with Mac Jones. But they have to show Kyle that they are learning the offense. They're picking it up. If they struggle in practice and Kyle does not have confidence, even if Jimmy struggles, he will stay with Jimmy. I tell you one thing though. Let's say, for example, we draft Justin Fields, and he begins to pick up the offense, and he begins to learn, and he's picking it up. There's a possibility that we can trade Jimmy before the trade deadline. Before the trade deadline, we could trade Jimmy and go on with Fields or Trey Lance or Mac Jones. It's really up to the rookie to give Kyle Shanahan confidence to see how fast the one thing we know for sure is we're going to move on from Jimmy. The one thing we know, we are going to move on from Jimmy G, right? That we know. We are moving on from Jimmy G. Depending on how fast the rookie learns the offense, how quick he begins to take up the offense and he begins to understand and comprehend it, will determine how long Jimmy stays with the team. Because if one of those rookies are pushing Jimmy, pushing him and playing as good as Jimmy, they will trade Jimmy, try to get something out of him, and go with the rookie. But they have to make sure they feel confident with the rookie. I am not worried with the pick. I'm intrigued what we can do with the 40. I'm glad you brought that up, Leonardo Lopez. I would love to get a corner at 43. And the corner that I like is Asante Samuel Jr. I like Asante Samuel Jr. That is who I want at number 43. That's true. Love the 49er conversation here. Thank you, Jeff. Listen, I keep it real. Some of you guys will stay here listening to me. Some of you won't. That's fine. I'm never going to please everybody. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to stay true to myself. If you agree, we can agree to disagree. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not a person that's into his feelings. Okay? I don't get into my feelings. I don't get emotional. Oh yeah, Fields. I like Fields and I like Trey Lance, but I understand if they take Mac Jones based on the film that I've seen, why they would do it. I don't get caught up in my feelings. I get caught up in the X's and O's. Which quarterback gives the 49ers the better opportunity to win? Not who's the most prettiest quarterback, not who is the most desirable quarterback, not who is the most popular quarterback, but which of the 3 quarterbacks that are available to Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch is the best quarterback to give the 49ers the ability to win a championship. That's who I want. And Kyle, I trust. I trust Kyle. I really do. We're going to finally, if anything else, we're going to know what kind of quarterback Kyle Shanahan covets. Since Kyle Shanahan has been an offensive coordinator, he has never chosen a quarterback in the first round. This will be his first quarterback that he chooses in the top 3. We're going to learn a lot about Kyle Shanahan with this pick. A lot of you will disagree with him, or a lot of you guys will love him for it. But we are going to find out on Thursday, April 29th, what type of quarterback Kyle Shanahan truly conveys after. Because whether it's Mac Jones, Justin Fields, or Trey Lance, or Wilson, because you never know what the Jets are going to do. The Jets might take Justin Fields, and there's Zach Wilson at number 3. We don't know what the Jets are going to do. Exactly. There's no absolutes in life. There's no absolutes in football. What is Kyle Shanahan going to do? What is Kyle Shanahan going to do with the number 3 over? We're going to find out. All of us. Every 49er fan is going to find out on Thursday who the quarterback is going to be for your San Francisco 49ers, for my San Francisco 49ers. I hope it's Trey Lance. Or Fields, but I'm okay with Mac Jones as well. Plenty of reports are saying that they want our spot. I see what I see. If the Niners were to trade down for more draft, but my question is this, Javier. Why in the world would the Niners give up 3 number 1s and a future number 3 to move up from 12 to 3 just to move back down? Now, I understand what the Dolphins did, but the Dolphins have a quarterback. They have Tua. They were not going to draft the quarterback, so I understand why they did it. But why would the Niners go from 12 to 3 just to go back down? It makes no sense. I'm not saying they're not going to do it, Javier. I'm not saying you haven't heard anything or whatever. All I'm saying is why when the Niners give up 3 number 1s. And if people think that giving up 3 number 1s and a 3 for Jones is stupid, I think giving up 3 number 1s and a 3 to move up to from 12 to 3 just to move back down, it makes no sense, Javier. I'm being honest, brother. Exactly, Jeff. Shannon will pick the proper player to match with his coaching style, and the player we have 100% faith in the Niners organization. That is the truth. Brick by brick. We either believe in the process or we don't. We either trust Kyle Shanahan or we don't. Unless you are a complete expert in the quarterback department, and I'm not saying you're not, because you could be, unless you are a true expert and you have done your due diligence on all 3 quarterbacks, how do you know that Fields or Lance is better than Jones? I'm just saying. Well, Sosa, if you don't want to hear me talk, you don't need to be here, bro. You can go. Ain't nobody forcing you to be here, brother. Oh, you're talking about Lauren? Okay. I thought you were talking about me, bro. I'm like, I love that you're in my show. I love that you're watching my show. But if you don't want to hear me talk, you know what I mean. But you're referring to Lopez. Okay, I got you. Do you think Lynch and Kyle have already made? Yes. This thing about going to the pro days of Lance or the pro day of Fields, it's going to make a decision about picking a quarterback. Kyle Shanahan, for what I've been hearing, is Trey Lance has been the quarterback they are coveting. They want Trey Lance from day one. They are just afraid that there's a possibility that for whatever reason, the Jets get a whiff of what Lance is really about, that they can sweep in and take Lance. And now Shanahan is like, So people say, why is the smoke screen about Jones so much there when they're picking at number 3? You got to remember, the only definite pick at number 1 is Lawrence. But even Lawrence is not a for sure thing. I've seen teams do crazy things in the draft. But I believe that Lawrence will go number 1. But is there any guarantees that Zach Wilson will go number 2? I heard he has a bad shoulder. He's never been pressure in the pocket. Maybe they are going after Trey Lance, or maybe they are going after Fields. And the Niners don't want that, so the Niners are talking so highly about Mac Jones to give that smokescreen to the Jets. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Final decision is Shanahan. I believe Lynch said he believes in his decision. So who knows? We're gonna have to see what happens. Now, well, we'll find out, Sosa, because if they do take Jones, then I guess we were wrong, right? A lot of us were wrong. But I don't know what, and again, it's just my gut. One thing we know, guys, can we all agree on this? The Niners do not leak anything. They do not leak no information. They don't leak. They do not leak. They do not leak. All this hearsay, it's Jones, it's Lance, it's Justin Bieber, it's Madonna. I don't care what they're saying. Nobody knows but Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and the owner. Kyle Shanahan probably doesn't even tell his second personality who the picks is going to be. Kyle Shanahan don't even trust his own double identity personality about the pick. That's how much quiet they are about their picks. So everybody is speculating. I'm speculating. You're speculating. We all speculating. A lot of us say, there's no way it's Jones at 3. We don't know that. We don't know that he is. We don't know that he isn't. We don't know that it's Mac Jones. We don't know if it's Trey Lance. We will all find out together on Thursday, the 29th. And a lot of us will be happy with the decision they make. And a lot of us will be pissed off, breaking TVs, throwing beer bottles at somebody on their head, getting in a fight because they took Mac Jones. But at the end of the day, none of us know what the pick is going to be. Now, to Sosa, Alexis, why do you dislike Mac Jones so much? being honest with you, what is it about Mac Jones that you don't like? Is it because he's not mobile? Does he really suck? I mean, why have you seen film on Jones? And I'm not being facetious. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being honest. Honest, one fan to another, bro. Just keeping it real. Wanting to ask you, what is it about Mac Jones you don't like? And don't please say, well, I just don't like him. I would love for you to tell me why you feel that he is not worthy of the 3rd overall pick. Now what people have saying, why does Sosa doesn't think that Mac Jones is worthy of the 3rd overall pick? Oh, thank you, brother. I'm ready for this pick. Can't wait. Me too, bro. I'm trying to stay awake. This is hard because I've been working 7 days. Man, Kathy, my heart goes out to you, girl. Get some rest. You should be sleeping right now. 7 days a week. Oof. As young as you are, you need to get your rest, lady. But I always humble. I am humble with your presence. I am humble that you are always watching my show, Kathy. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for your loyalty. Much love and respect to you, Kathy. To all my viewers. But Kathy has been supporting me from day one, and I just truly appreciate her, as I do all of you. I'm just saying, don't think they trade up to draft for an average quarterback. Is he average, though? I mean, who said he's... I mean, have you watched film? Because for what I've seen, he doesn't look average to me. He looks pretty damn well. Before watching film on Mac Jones, I was like you, bro. Oh, I want Lance. I still want Lance. I still want Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance has the most upside. It's kind of a high reward type of thing. You don't know really what you're getting, but you're getting someone that is raw, someone that can be molded, someone that doesn't have to unlearn a lot of, he hasn't played a lot of football. He doesn't have to unlearn a lot of bad habits. So he fits perfect to someone like Kyle Shanahan. They can mold him into the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan wants him. When you've been playing quarterback since you were in Pee Wee, you get so much coaches training you, so many coaches from Pee Wee all the way up. They give you all these fundamentals that sometimes you got to unlearn bad habits before you learn new habits. With Trey Lance, he doesn't have that many bad habits. So he's raw. And that could be enticing for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan can be like, man, this kid is raw. I can mold him and I can shape him to the quarterback that I want him to be. And that can be enticing. That can be appealing to that of Kyle Shanahan, in my humble opinion. And this is why I think that Trey Lance is the quarterback they've been wanting from day one. Not Mac Jones, not Justin Fields, but Trey Lance is the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch fell in love with. I don't know if you heard, but the Niners met with the family, the mom and dad, the parents of Trey Lance. They haven't met with the parents of Fields or Jones, but they met with the parents of Trey Lance. Now, you can't read into that. That doesn't mean that, oh my God, it's Trey Lance. But I do find it peculiar that they didn't meet with the parents. So they are definitely interested in Trey Lance. If they were truly sold out on Mac Jones, as everybody says, why would they waste their time and meet the parents of Trey Lance? It makes no sense to me. If you're 100% sold that it's Mac Jones, yeah, you go to the pro day. Yeah, you go this, you do whatever. But if you're sitting at number 3 and you want Mac Jones, why even go to Fields pro day? Why even go to Lance pro day? Why? And then you meet with his parents. I don't think that they were in love with Mac Jones, and because of the pro day, they now went from Jones to Lance. I believe, and this is my belief, nobody has to agree with me, but my conviction and my belief is that Trey Lance was always the quarterback they coveted. From the point they moved from 12 to 3 was to go after Trey Lance. That is who I think they wanted from day one. If you remember when Kyle Shanahan was speaking to the media, and they told him, why didn't they go to Trey Lance's first pro day? He said, because they were at number 12, they did not want to show their hand. Whenever you hear press conference from Kyle Shanahan, you got to read between the lines. You got to read between the lines. You just can't take him for his word, every word. He's giving you messages within those words that he says. He says, I did not want to tip my hand to other teams, but now that we went to 3, we don't care. We can go. They were planning to move up. They've been talking to Miami way before we found out that they were moving up. A month before, they were already working on moving up with Miami. They probably watched Trey Lance from afar, but they didn't want to give no indication that they liked this kid. And Kyle Shanahan is the type of guy, he does not like to tip his hand. If you read between the lines of Kyle Shanahan, he speaks a lot without saying nothing. Let me say that again. Kyle Shanahan speaks a lot without saying nothing. If you read between the lines, you'll find out and you'll see that there's so much that he's saying. So that is my belief, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that it's Trey Lance. Today's show was about Mac Jones. This is why I spoke highly about Mac Jones today. And today's conversation was about Mac Jones. But I am feeling convicted enough, and I can be totally wrong. It won't be the first. Talk to my wife. She'll confirm that. I'm not, compared to my wife, I'm never right. But I truly believe that Trey Lance has been and is the quarterback they fell in love with from day one, from the moment they went from 12 to 3. That is just my belief. Do you think Mac would be happy to be of course, he's going to go. When you get the opportunity to go number 3 overall and get paid money, anybody will be happy. Any quarterback will be happy to go number 3. Not only that, but he'll go into a good offense. Listen, the Niners are not the Jaguars. The Niners are not the Jets. The Jets and the Jaguars, they are a mess. They are rebuilding. They don't have no identity. The Niners have an identity. The Niners are a team that has went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. 2021 was a year of injuries, a lot of injuries, and because of those injuries, we lost a lot of games. But when healthy, we are one hell of a team, coached by one hell of a coach, governed by one hell of a GM and John Lynch. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to go ahead and close it with this. I cannot wait to hear on April 29, with the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance. Boom. You heard it here first. Get back to me if it's something different. I won't bet money because I'm poor as hell. I have no money. But if I did have money, I will put money that is going to be Trey Lance. And if it isn't, I am going to be live and I will sit there and eat my words. It will be Trey Lance. That is, unless he's taken by the Jets, then. But I believe that it's going to be Trey Lance at the end of the day. Do you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of my show. Thank you for supporting the Niner Sickness Report. Smash the like button on YouTube. Show me some love on YouTube, man. Smash that like button. We'll see you guys on my next show. Most likely, I will have another show prior to Thursday, but I will be going live on Thursday. So if you want to spend for the first 3 picks with me, I will be here live. So you are welcome to spend it with me. My little brother should be here. You guys can meet him. So he's been on here before, so you guys probably, he's not my real blood brother, but I've known him for such a long time. I call him my little brother. But all right, guys, thank you for being part of the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for every person that has spoken, has commented, and partake of my show tonight. Whether you agree or disagree with me, one thing we can agree on is that we love our 49ers. And we're going to win games in 2021, regardless of who the quarterback is at number 3. Good night. God bless. Into the next show. Peace.